Hey guys. So I just finished walking with my sister-in-law and a friend of the family, and their cute kids, nieces, everything. And I think I did rather well. Today's the 4th day of exercise, but the 5th day of September. I feel worn out, which is a good thing. I always feel good after I go for a walk like this. Do you ever remember, like, in high school or junior high, if you were that kid that was always, like, the very last in the group and everybody had to wait for them to finish their mile so that they could go inside? Yeah, I was that kid. And today I was definitely lagging behind the strollers and stuff, and I felt kind of depressed at one point where I was like, oh, I can't even keep up. This isn't fair. And then I realized that there's no reason to be disappointed in myself because, I mean, I was doing the best that I could, first of all. And second of all, it's the 4th day of exercise in a week, not like in a month. So that's pretty impressive. And also, at one point I jogged ahead of the group and then slowed down. So at least I got some jogging in. And I think it's easier for me to feel motivated when I don't have, like, say, competition. Not that either of the people that I was walking with were competition in any sense, but you get, like, I don't feel more motivated when there's someone ahead of me. Like, I know some people, they're like, I need to beat that person, and I'm going to beat them, and I'm going to get ahead of them, and that's going to be my goal, and that's never been my goal. My goal is to do better than I did the day before. And I feel like, and I could be wrong, my sister-in-law might have to double check on this, but I feel like we walked the path in a shorter amount of time than we did last time. If we don't count the stops that we made. But stops were mostly for kids. But I don't know, like, I felt disappointed and I was kind of like, oh, why can't I catch up? And this is annoying. But then the funnest thing was, like, when I could see my nieces, they're twins, they would, like, kind of look around the corner of their stroller to see if I was still there, or even just to see if, like, other people were still behind them. But I like to think that they were looking for me, even if they weren't. And it was just so funny. At one point, my niece Clara was looking around and I was, like, waving at her, and then she'd, like, hide behind the part of the stroller and then come back out, and I'd wave at her and then she'd hide behind. So that's motivation enough for me. I don't mind being behind if I get treated to cute smiley niece grins, and that's okay. Yeah, it is a little disappointing to be the person who's walking behind and you're obviously not the smallest one in the group. But and another thing, I really liked that I did this again, even though I was a little bit sore this morning, and I probably will walk like a penguin later again today like I did yesterday. But tomorrow I'm going to take the day off and just do some stretches and maybe some light walking, but I'm not going to wear myself out because I do have I don't know if I've explained this, but I do have sciatica, which is a pinched nerve because I have a herniated disc in my back, and so I have a pinched nerve on the left side of my body, and it's really just my left leg, but it can hurt like nothing else when you overwork it. Like, it starts to swell, and you barely can walk on it, and so I was really impressed that I was able to keep going even though my ankle hurt. And I wasn't pushing it to the extreme where, like, I'm going to do this even if my body's not going to do it with me, and because I don't want to hurt myself. I want to be able to run a marathon in June of 2013. That's my goal. It's the Seattle Rock and Roll Marathon. And so my goal is to at least do the half marathon. I'd love to be able to do, like, the whole marathon, but I don't know if my body will allow that just yet. I think maybe I'd have to train for a little more than 10 months or however much time I have to be able to do that. Probably be like a year-long training kind of thing. But I'd love to be able to just do the marathon just to say that I could finish it. And so even though I was a little bit disappointed that I was lagging behind today, I'm glad that I still got out there and did it. My left foot is actually really hurting, so I'm going to go home and ice it before I have to go to a meeting. And I'm also going to go change, which is fun. And that's pretty much it. I mean, one of the things to just, if this helps motivate anybody, I don't know, but I was always that kid, like I said, who fell behind and who was never the fastest. In fact, I think my fastest mile, which might be kind of sad to some people, was like 16, 18, 22 minutes, something around there. I never was a runner. I was a sprinter, but once I finished with that sprint portion, I was done. I was out. And I think it's possibly because just I have all this extra weight to carry, but if I continue with my goal and I continue to go forward, I'll have less weight to carry and it'll get easier. And that's the hope. And maybe I need to I definitely need to run it by doctors and make sure that I'm not injuring myself in any way, because with a herniated disc you have to be careful, and I don't want to hurt myself, but I also need to strengthen those muscles, and so I want to make sure that I'm strengthening them in a good way and not a bad way. But yeah, so just keep going. Like, part of me wanted to sleep in so bad today, and I didn't, and I'm just keeping going, and I might treat myself. I'm supposed to be I don't know. I have this thought that it's really hot today, and I did really well so far this week, that I should treat myself to a Slurpee, like a small one. But maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe I should just go drink some water and feel a whole lot better. But anyway, that's the plan, is to just go home and rest for a little bit. I have a meeting that I have to go to in about an hour and a half, so I better head home. And thanks for watching my random talking to myselfness. I appreciate that. And yeah, today was good. I hope sooner or later to not be lagging behind, but to be on pace with everyone else. So, talk to you guys later. Bye.